Oh my goodness. Good morning, my epic peeps. How are you? It has been a long, long, long time since I've been on here, and I'm so excited. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Samantha, and I'm coming to you live on behalf of EPIC. EPIC stands for Empowering People, Inspiring Community. And EPIC Tri County CT is a multifaceted platform created by myself and Lisa that brings positive media, empowering information, inspiring articles, and our epic interviews. This is one of my favorite segments. I really missed everybody. So, hello, hello, hello. I'm excited to be back. Um, Still working out some tech issues, but you know what? It's all good. Our guides have us. Um, so, welcome back. I have a really exciting guest to bring forward today in a few minutes. His name is Eric from Chi for Healing. Before I bring Eric forward, though, I just want to, for those just joining us again, my name is Samantha, and I'm coming to you on behalf of EPIC Tri County CT. None of this would be possible if it wasn't for my co creator and co publisher and friend, Lisa. Lisa's always working in the background. It's me that you see here primarily in front of the camera, but without Lisa working as hard as she does in the background for Epic, none of this would be possible. So give her a shout out, okay, in the comments. Let her know that you appreciate all that she does and she brings to our community. So, how was everybody's holiday week? Oh my goodness, can't beat the weather, right? I'm excited about the weather. I might go for a little walk later on today. Hope that you get a chance to get outside. It's one of the best um, healing advantages that we have is just that beautiful Mother Earth energy and connecting with that. This leads me to the introduction of our guest for today, Eric Harris from Chi for Healing. I just had the pleasure of meeting Eric a few minutes ago before we went live. And just in that time of conversation, I felt a really grounded connection with him, a very stable energy. I know a little bit about what Eric does and what he brings to our community. And I felt that. I felt it in just a few minutes of us talking before we came live. Eric has never been on Epic interviews, so let's definitely show him some extra love and some extra light as I bring Eric forward from Chi for Healing. Yay! I can see you. I can hear you. Well, I think I can hear you.
I hope so.
I know. We can. So I just kind of did the informal introduction, right? But can you tell our community a little bit about more of, who Eric is and how your journey has progressed to where you are today?
Sure. So I'm a holistic healing practitioner. I've kind of given myself that title over the years because I work with a lot of different modalities. At my core, my foundation is Chinese medicine. That's where a lot of my training lies. But I work with a lot of other holistic healing tools and modalities because these are all things that have helped me on my healing journey. So I went through, quite a few things in my life, to get where I am today, dealing with chronic pain, chronic illness, and that's how I got introduced to holistic healing, and that's really what set me on my path. And yeah, I'm I love that one thing that you said there in the intro about getting outside, connecting with nature. That's what I'm all about. So that's my favorite thing to do, and I love leading people to do that too. And so.
How long, Eric, have you been on this healing journey?
So, I would say, it's wild because I first broke my back when I was 16,
Oh,
and so I actually had a brace molded to my body for 6 months and stuff, and so I've dealt with injuries for a long time in my life, but I would say I haven't truly been on like my healing journey till I got like into the early 2000s. That's when I got introduced to yoga, and then unfortunately I had some other injuries occur right at like 2003, and so right after that period, I would say pretty deep, 2004, 2005 is where I really started to dive in deep
yeah.
into the journey.
isn't it funny? For myself, um, I didn't really have a lot of physical injuries, although, now that I'm saying that, I can look back and see some, but it was a lot of, I struggled with addiction. And the point that I'm getting to is that it's often the I don't want to say tragedies, but it's often the pain that opens that path, that opens our path for us. And as you said, you went through your own struggles with physical injuries, and now you've found a way to help yourself, and you're bringing it forward to the community. So how do you do that? I know that you practice a whole lot of modalities. I see some awesome stuff in your background that we could talk about, but what are a few of the modalities and gifts that you bring through your practice?
Sure. So I practice what's called Tui Na, which is a type of acupressure. So similar to what an acupuncturist would do, opening up the acupoints on the meridians of the body using needles. I use my hands to do that. So, and I do a lot of what maybe a traditional Chinese medicine doctor may do, or a traditional acupuncturist. So I do fire cupping. I may work with oxybustion, use a Gua Sha tool, depending on what is needed. And I also work with Chinese herbs. That's a lot of what you're seeing behind me here. And I teach Qigong and meditation. And so that's just some of the aspects of what I do. I mean, I work with medicinal therapy, I do sound healing, utilize Reiki energy. I focus on people's diets and helping them to detox and heal and see what kind of supplements that they may need and things like that. So it's a very integrative approach. That's why I say I focus on body, mind, and spirit,
Yeah.
and the emotional component too, and to help heal all levels. That's really what I'm about.
I think that's perfect. What you said, the whole mind, body, spirit, which is so essential to each person's um, healing journey, that we look at each different aspect of the self and the being. So,
And everyone is different too.
oh yeah,
You need to cater to everyone's needs. So.
right.
And that's what we're going to see with Chinese medicine. When you check someone's pulse, you check their tongue, right? Everything's going to be different, and that's how you're going with the flow of nature too. You're going with the cycles of nature.
Right. And then intuitively, you would take, like, for example, if I signed up to come in for a session for you and I thought maybe I was just going to be, I wanted to focus on cupping or the acupressure modality that you share, intuitively, you're going to be guided and listen, I would assume, to other things that you can incorporate into my own individual plan, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I like to do. I like to set up a program, set up a plan for people to take back their health. When I deal a lot of people with chronic illness and chronic pain, but the chronic condition doesn't develop overnight, and it also, unfortunately, does not go away overnight either.
Right.
So, it's setting up a plan and allowing, teaching people things that they can do for themselves, take the healing into their own hands, and really, it's a day-to-day lifestyle.
Yeah. I think that's so important. And what I'm very visual. I don't know if we talked about this earlier, but I'm very visual. So when you were saying that, my mind reverted back to a doctor visit that I had not too long ago, where it was a regular clinic type visit, and there was no talk whatsoever of anything about diet, anything about exercise, state of mind, nothing at all, except for here, take this, call your other doctor in 2 days if you're not better. And I think that what you offer through Chi for Healing is really the epitome of what we need as a community, whether it be COVID, whatever it is. It is not just the dis-ease that needs to be treated. It is the whole being. So you had mentioned behind you have some stuff. Can you tell me what some of that stuff is and how that might be used in someone's healing program?
Sure. So a lot of what's actually in this row right here are all medicinal mushrooms that I foraged for. So that's another thing that I'm really into, wild foraging for plants and mushrooms. And actually most of this shelf is things that I wild foraged for. So I make up a lot of tinctures, which is a little bit off camera. So I make a lot of these herbs into tinctures. This is a tincture I'm making of reishi mushroom right now. So it's sitting here and it's doing its thing. And then after it's done, I make them into these tincture bottles that people can take for their health. You can put them in some water.
That would just go under the tongue or in like a water?
Yeah, you can put it in some water. You can put it under the tongue. Either way. So I specialize in glycerites, so non-alcoholic tinctures. So so kids, pets, anyone can take it. And then over here, these are all different Chinese herbal formulas. So going back to what I said about checking someone's pulses and checking their tongue, and then also asking a lot of questions and being able to see them and assess what's going on with them. That's how we determine what formula to give, right? So whether someone has an excess or a deficiency of a particular organ system, and you're going to base it off of a lot of the symptoms that they're presenting and their chief, health complaints. But also you can also get to the root cause of what's going on with them too. So that's really what Chinese medicine is all about. So, so that's some of what you see here in my herbal apothecary.
I love it. We actually have a nice article on medicinal mushrooms along with your beautiful ad in this issue of E.P.I.C. And a gentleman is coming on Thursday, I believe, that specializes in Lyme recovery using various aspects of the holistic genre, but really medicinal mushrooms is a big part of his practice also. And I have a son. I can't wait to introduce you to my son. He is a forager also.
Okay.
And he's always looking to connect with people. So I'm going to put you two together.
Okay.
And I believe Bradford Tilton is coming on tomorrow. And I believe we may be talking about more medicinal mushrooms also.
Yeah, we will. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's amazing how this community, and whether it be the people that are watching now or the viewers that watch later, have access to this information. And I always tell Lisa, like, for this I was kept. For this is what E.P.I.C is. It's about empowering people with access to practitioners such as yourself and modalities that you spoke of, and the medicinal mushrooms, and that's really what this whole community is about. So thank you for bringing your energy to it. How can people find you, and where are you practicing? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. My website is chi4healing.com. That's CHI for healing.com. That's the main spot that you can find me. But you also can find me on social media at Chi4Healing, most places. Basically Facebook and Instagram, those are the main spots where I go. But I do have lately used Snapchat and TikTok account and Twitter and all those other things too. So, but I'm mostly on Facebook and Instagram. And I work out of the Blue Healing Center in West Hartford. I have office hours there. Right now it's on Wednesdays. And then I'm also at the Red Barn in Durham now. That's on Mondays and Fridays. Those are for physical appointments. So, but I do 6 days a week. I'm available for virtual consultations.
Perfect.
Well, so.
Perfect. So if someone's looking for a safe in-person session with you, you provide that at the two locations at West Hartford and Durham, and then also virtually. And all that information can be found on the website that it's chi4healing.com. Lisa has shared that. I see it. Thank you, Lisa. Also on your Facebook and social media accounts. Also, everybody, you can find Erik's information in our beautiful January-February issue of E.P.I.C. If you haven't gotten a copy, just reach out. I'll let you know where you can pick one up. And you're also featured in an event that's coming up. We have an event listed for February 6th. And can you tell us a little bit about that event, and for people that are interested, what they'll find when they attend?
Sure. So I do a lot of these winter wellness workshops. I started them a few years ago. Usually I do them starting like in the fall before winter. But this year with everything going on with COVID, I decided to kind of schedule a few dates to give more people an opportunity to learn ways that they can help to protect themselves from pathogens. And so I will talk a little bit about tinctures and teach people actually how to make their own tincture. But I also share some acupoints that can be beneficial. There's a lot of different things that can kind of be comprised, but mostly talking about the different tools that I use that people can use for themselves to really help to protect themselves. What Gua Sha is, and aromatherapy, teas, and stuff like that.
What is Gua Sha?
Gua Sha is, let's see, I've got a tool right here. Gua Sha translates to as scraping in Chinese, right? So Sha actually means bringing the blood to the surface. So this is a traditional stone tool. So what you do is you take some oil, right, and you would rub it on the skin, right? So I do it a lot back on the neck because this area helps to really open up the lymphatic system, so which is really important to support the immune system. And a lot of people have tense neck and shoulders too, so Gua Sha can help with that. So that's what Gua Sha is all about. So
That's cool. So we sign up, we go to your website, chi4healing.com. We sign up for the February 6th winter wellness workshop. We come
and
down.
I had another thing I wanted to share too.
Oh, please.
So I have set this up. I'm hoping it's going to go this time, but if not, it will go a little bit later. We'll see. But I'm very excited to share a Qigong practitioner certification. So I'm calling it Qigong for Everybody. All right. And so right now it's scheduled for February 20th. It's actually going to be a 6-month program. So it's going to be a 2-day intensive. And right now it's going to be virtually. I'm hoping, by the summer I can do it in person. But then as part of the program, people will have access to 2 live Qigong classes per week. And then we'll even have a monthly check-in and also like an ending certification ceremony. So I'm just really excited about putting this program together.
That's awesome. Definitely we'll be sharing that. And I'm just saying, is that in here, Eric, or do you want to? I'm going to have you send me the information if it's not. It's a little dark where I am.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's in there. I was throwing a lot of stuff together towards the end of the year and stuff, so I don't know what got out, what didn't.
Right. I know we have the wellness workshop, which is cool, on the 6th.
Yeah. I think it's in my ad. It's actually part of my ad.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Qigong certification.
Yes, that's right. So if you need any information about that, again, we shared Erik's website, but also you can go on to the digital version of the February issue, and you'll go link right through his ad to his website, where you can find out more about the February 6th workshop and also the Qigong certification, Qigong for Everybody, which is going to start on the 20th, right? Virtually, you said.
Yeah.
And we'll share that. We'll get that out there for you too. I love Qigong. We had mentioned a little bit earlier that Lisa and I were blessed to be able to spend a weekend immersed in the energies of Qigong last year. And was it last year, Lisa, or the year before? No, it was last year. It was one of the last things we were able to do together out in the community. And I really can't explain what Qigong does yes, I can. It helps me to elevate my energy, yet ground deeply with the earth. That's how I explain when I practice Qigong. It's the best of both. And for someone like me with some mobility issues in my back, yoga is not always the best for me. Hasn't been. So my go-to is the Qigong. So
I totally understand that. So,
oh, yeah, right?
That's why I do it. And that's why I'm putting together certification in this way, because I want to teach people to modify the exercises for their ability and then be able to lead others in that way too. So.
That is beautiful. All right. So I have one last question for Erik as we begin to wrap things up. As we progress through this time that we're in, with all the unrest and, I don't even, there is unrest, but we know there's peace and there's love and there's community. What is one recommendation? How do you care for yourself? Like, give our viewers a tool, maybe that they could take or look into to help their journey be just a little bit more peaceful.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say that going back to what we started at the beginning is somehow, even if it's a really cold day, um, get outside, and if you can, if the sun is shining, get out and face the sun. Get your vitamin D. Keep it simple. Take a few deep breaths. Be in nature, right, and go for a walk, and allow yourself to just be, just be with nature and be with yourself, and and step away from things, from distractions, from all the craziness. So I think that 2020 and the pandemic have actually given us a wonderful opportunity to go within, and really, I think it really shined a mirror on us all, and really forced us to take a deep look at ourselves, and look at our life, and look at where we want to go, what we want to let go of, and I personally have been letting myself take it easy going into the beginning of this year. And at the end of the holidays, I took a week off, and I've really been just kind of easing into the year, because there's times that I definitely was kind of going a lot, and it's like really important to just take a step back. Winter is the time to go within anyways, right? But now we have this incredible opportunity to go in deeper. So, and try to find whatever tools you can use for yourself for meditation, and for affirmations, for anything that you can do for yourself that's positive self care, positive self talk, just to shift your mind, shift your perspective, and really help you to be in your body, be in your full authentic self. So,
I love that. I love it, and thank you for sharing. Face the sun.
yeah,
Face the sun. It's I love the beach. I love the sun, but in the winter, it is very, very powerful to stand out there for and just a few minutes and allow that um, the healing from the rays to just, oh my gosh, I love it, just soak right into the bones. So thank you for sharing that. And for me, what came to me when you were just explaining or sharing meditation and affirmations and is reading. I found a real I'm a book lover anyway, but these past couple of weeks I've really been able to just ground and be present with my book, whether it be right now I'm currently reading The Fish Dress by Carol Parker, or maybe pulling out an old Wayne Dyer book, but being present with the book. That's what's been working for me. So I want to thank you for taking your time today. I look forward to talking to you again here, but also more about the medicinal mushrooms and the wellness workshop. For anybody that needs to reach out to Erik again, his website is chiforhealing.com. It's shared in the comments. It's on the pages of E.P.I.C. You'll find him on our social media sites. And I want to thank you. I hope you do come back soon.
sure.
And I went over everything with you, Erik, about how I do a quick introduction, but I never included our ending. And there's a signature sign off that I use each time. So just hang with me as we thank everybody who's watching now and watching, the replay. Know that we're holding you in the highest healing light. I want everybody today, with whatever they do, to be safe, right? Be safe. Be true to who you are. Stay true to that beautiful self that you are, your inner being. Okay, stay tuned for tomorrow. We have Bradford Tilden at 11. It's going to be exciting. Brad always brings a beautiful energy. Again, I want to thank Eric. And as always, my beloved Epic Scouts, I say peace out, Epic Scouts. It's with love and light. Bye.